Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Easter. Today is the 21st of April, 2019. Easter holiday, Good Friday, 420 yesterday for y'all who celebrate that, and Easter today. And now we're about to get into some action in the market. So buckle your seatbelts. I really feel like everything's about to change. So out here, like enjoying the beautiful spring weather. So hopefully my allergies aren't getting too crazy. I don't sound too stopped up. So thanks for watching. Let's get into this weekly outlook video. And for y'all who are watching me for the first time, thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate you. I trade Forex and commodities and indices for a living, manage trading accounts, and have an awesome educational group with and I'm not just saying this, the vibe in the group is amazing, man. We're super supportive. Everybody's learning. I've laid out my strategies that I use to be consistent and profitable in the market week after week after week after week. It's been really tough with the volatility so low, but like I said, I really think that everything's about to just shake loose and like a shitstorm is about to happen. I don't know how else to say it. So we're coming to a boiling point for sure. So the new course, my new trading course, launches officially tomorrow. So if you want to get signed up for that, the link is below. You should get signed up for it because it's at a discounted price right now, and that'll end next week, next Sunday, and then it'll be at the full price of $6.99. So the discounted price is $397, and that includes the new course modules, which is over 40 training videos, my old course, so you get Ronin 2.0, Ronin 1.0, lifetime access to both of those, lifetime access to my Signal group, and also lifetime access to my trading community. So it's seriously enough content that if you want to change your life, learning how to trade, learning how to make money on your own, you could easily do that. The only thing that makes it easy is if you're willing to put in the time and effort. So it doesn't happen overnight, but if you are willing to be consistent and disciplined, learning how to do the technical analysis part of trading is the easy part. Also in the training is plenty of psychology, plenty of my mindset material, and in my opinion, that's the hardest part about trading for sure. I think most professional traders would say the same thing. 20% of it is your game, 80% of it's mental, and that goes for trading, pro athletes. I mean, it's probably higher percentage than that. So I'm super proud of this training, and I really encourage you all to take advantage of this discounted price while you can. I don't know how many of you all are learning to trade and you've blown $397 in your trading account probably once, twice, 5 times. So if you took that money and actually applied it to some sort of training material, then and took the time to learn on a demo account, so you're not losing money, you're actively working another job and saving money while you go home at night and learn. This is exactly what I did when I was starting out. It takes time, but that is the way to do it. Not just like putting $200 in a trading account at a time, losing that, 400 at a time, maybe win a little and then lose that. Put 600 at a time, maybe try to find free videos on YouTube and baby pips and everything else. It's good to seek out all kinds of material, but it's better to get some sort of training. And hey, it doesn't have to be mine for sure, but you need some sort of education if you want to actually take this serious. I'm just being real with you. So that being said, let's go over the markets and all these techniques and stuff that I'm going to be going over with in here. I go over in the course pretty much step by step. Let me share my screen with you all, get it pulled up here. You may be wondering why there's a G650 jet on the background of my screensaver. So I'm a big believer in law of attraction, seeing something before it actually happens is crucial. And, you know, one of my dreams and goals is to be meeting with investors on my own private jet. Not because I just want to be a baller and be on a jet. I mean, that might be a small part of it. I'm actually not that vain of a person. But I want to, that would represent how many lives I have changed and how many people I have helped. I saw a great tweet by Elon Musk, and it said, your finance is equal to the amount of problems you can solve. And I think that's definitely true. So hopefully I can solve a lot of y'all's problems with helping you to believe in yourself and maybe find some sort of outside income sources for sure. And so that's another little trick. What I do is I also put, different reminders, my goals, my list of goals on the lock screen of my phone. So you know how many times we look at our lock screen, right? So hey, maybe it's a new watch that you want. Maybe it's a house in Hawaii, or maybe it's that guy or girl. Just don't be creepy and, you know, steal pictures of them off Facebook and put them on your phone. That would be a little weird. But maybe it's the ideals you want to represent. Maybe it's, just a reminder that it says be disciplined, or stay consistent, or stay consistent and be disciplined. And you look at your phone, I mean, I don't know how many times to unlock the screen, right? If you have like an XR iPhone, like me, one of the newer ones, you actually look at it to have the phone unlock itself. So if you could have a subconscious reminder every single day of what you're actually going for, it's going to be a game changer, because things happen on a level that we're not aware of, right? On the save screen of this, patience is power. It has a tiger, which is, if you've been following me, one of my power symbols and animals, guides. And I have all these subconscious reminders around me, and I'm consciously reprogramming my mind to see these things, and that will be a game changer. Take out the negative talk, the negative music, stuff where it's talking about bringing people down or selling crack or bitches and stuff like that. Take that out of the equation, and hey, I like to go to the gym and get hyped listening to music, but that's a small part of it now, when what really gets me hyped is thinking about what's possible for me in my life. So off the soapbox now, if you want more of that, and if you want to change your life, man, check out my training. It's free to register too, by the way. All right, so let's take a look at some main points here that I want to cover. And I'm giving you my market sentiment, and it really hasn't changed much. I'm going to give you some great setups that's really coming together. And I can't not talk about the S&P 500 and oil as well. And we are trading in this ascending wedge, which is breaking down. So an ascending wedge is a structure where we're making higher lows and higher highs, but the bottom line here is angled at a much higher angle than the rate at which we're making higher highs here. This is one of my favorite structures to trade off of. And so there's two ways you can go about this. One way is that we've already broken down out of it, and that would be contending that this was a false breakdown, which, in my opinion, I believe it definitely was, because it caught me off guard. And this level right here is about to come into play in a major way. RSI is divergent down here in the 4-hour. RSI is diverging on the daily, and has been for weeks now, literally. And let's go to this weekly chart and look at this crazy down trending slope here. Pretty serious. So say we hit all-time highs here, maybe we get one last push to retest this high or maybe even go higher, but this weekly divergent, this weekly RSI stays divergent. That's going to be signaling a huge monster reversal. It's good to pay attention to the weekly charts. Go to the daily. Divergent on the daily chart. And now let's say here we are on 4 hour, and I mean definitely diverging. And we have closed lower the past couple days. Friday, given was kind of doesn't really count. There's no liquidity. But say we go to this false breakdown point here. Our trend line goes to the fractal. We had another false breakdown here. What looks like it. But we have another breakdown here, which was the line I had drawn. So maybe we get one last push up to retest these highs here. I hope not, but it's a possibility. And really kind of complete a double top formation here. And then we break lower. But this thing has just got reversal written all over it. And so we've had a huge rally, or a pretty big rally, in like risk on environment with euro last couple weeks, last week, I guess you would say, and Aussie dollar. But on Thursday, we had a big rally and almost a breakout. I mean, it's really trying to. Broke out on a couple levels of the dollar index. And I had this drawn last week for last week's weekly charting video, if you watched it. And I said, well, this will be a significant move if we break out of this triangle here, which we did. So we're broken out of this triangle. Dollar strength is going to weigh heavy on the equity market, right? Because a stronger dollar isn't necessarily a good thing for businesses. And also that's going to weigh heavy on the price of crude oil, which, just like the S&P, is starting to break down here. So we had a very big ascending move, just like the S&P. These two were pretty running neck and neck here. And let's go to the 4 hour chart. So the goal is what we are looking for here. I mean, so if we break back above here, that could really signal a move higher, and I wouldn't be surprised to see stops have gotten taken out, or maybe a move to take out these stop losses above this level of resistance here. However, we're still in this big time overbought territory on the daily chart. Weekly chart, we're making some moves that way. What is worth pointing out here is we got a breakdown, and yes, you can do technical analysis on an RSI and an indicator, and you can see here, right here is the trending upwards. You can see just like a trend line, one touch, two touch, and on the third touch right there, it broke down and then retested. A pretty good signal of incoming weakness. Now, this also could be considered a bull flag. But we are really struggling in this box here. And we've had a hard time the past couple days taking out these highs. So what we're really looking for is a move back inside this line here, which would give us a throw over and a pretty good signal for an upcoming breakdown. Now, if we get back inside here and we get some bearish momentum, along with the S&P 500 dropping, dollar strength, you can see how a strong dollar is going to hurt the need for supply and demand for oil prices to rise, right? Because logically, a strong dollar is going to mean, $40 a barrel, and it's a strong dollar, is going to go a lot longer way than $40 a barrel, and the dollar is super weak. Let me put it that way. Now, say now I have to bring up dollar Swiss. Huge breakout here. We're right at this level of resistance. Let's go to daily chart. And a lot of people are getting long up here. But at the same time, say we get the move that's coming on the S&P 500, a huge move to the downside, and it's just really a matter of time, then that is going to bring in some major yen strength, franc strength as well, seeing as they're more risk averse, risk off type currencies. I mean, on the daily, just look at this huge rally here. On the 4 hour. So maybe we get a move higher. It might not be a bad idea to, buy the dip down here, but be aware that you don't want to get too aggressively long up top here, because there's a lot of signals that this could be a false breakout. I mean, look at this move, and then a push lower that's going to come with turnarounds in the indice markets, stock markets. Here is the NASDAQ, which I should point out last week, hit all-time highs. All-time highs here. We are there. And two moves, I call this a double tap into this RSI diverging here. And I think we had some big moves to take out stops here. So that's setting up, and another ascending wedge. Just like S&P 500. And I know for people who've been following me, you could be like, dude, you've been saying this for months. And yeah, but I mean, trust me, I'm not the only one who's ready for a turnaround on this. But at the same time, there are way more people that are starting to be like, yeah, this thing is going even higher and getting long right here. And when so many people are starting to buy the market, I'm looking to think at the other side of what everybody else is doing. Gold. So S&P drops, oil drops, gold rallies off the stock weakness. Seems like a great scenario here. And we have one push, two push, and a third one lower, but the RSI is not confirming that on the 1 hour for gold. On the other side of that, say the dollar gets just ridiculously strong, and this trend line right here goes, it's going to be a long drop for gold. And another setup. So what I'm saying here is I'm looking for risk off action coming into this week. Monday's going to be pretty weak, could be, because of a lot of banks and stuff are still on holiday in Europe for Easter. But I do think the New York session, however, is going to come in with some strength. I want to point out Euro Swiss. Oops, don't want a new chart. And look at that, dude. This is crazy, crazy move. But it looks like we're hitting this resistance pretty well. Like, you could say it's breaking out. I wouldn't confirm it as that yet. And I think this is setting up pretty nicely. This is setting up very nicely. And for everybody that's in my VIP group, don't worry, I'll be sending these charts out as well for you to analyze along with this video. Euro Swiss looks good. I mean, maybe I'm wrong in this, but if I am, we are going to get a dip on these regardless, and it'll be a good plan also. Well, either I'm going to watch this and see if this is like a humongous reversal coming in line with these moves that are going to happen in the stock market and commodity market, or regardless, a dip's going to happen, and I'm going to be looking for a buying opportunity to hop in on this new trend. But I'm thinking that the markets have been waiting. This thing has just been relentless. Last week, it finally started to show some weakness. So maybe we get a move higher to retest these all-time highs. We got to keep in mind all the stuff that's going on with Trump. I mean, there's always stuff going on with Trump. So it's not like that's new, but it's not looking good. And there's a lot of tension in Washington, and eventually that's going to trickle into Wall Street and cause a lot of dismay with investors and traders on the New York Stock Exchange. And when that does happen, this thing is going to be in for a correction. Definite. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't say reversal, but correction. Same with crude. We're still testing the 61.8 area, and I'm hearing a lot of different. We get back under this throw over line. A lot of traders that I respect. We have this kind of channel right here that we'll be targeting right there, and then below that we have. You see how this looks like a megaphone, like what cheerleaders use, like a big megaphone. That's what we got going on here. So there's two downsides to this. There's around 52, which I already have drawn, but then say we get an all-out reversal. Let me do a red one. Sorry, the dog is wanting to. He's done with his break. He's ready to play with the Frisbee some more. You can see how we have two targets for a megaphone pattern. Which if and when we hop in on this and it comes down, which there's two, that is gonna happen. It is oil. It's not just gonna keep rising. More than likely to $100 a barrel. It's just not gonna happen. This seems like a much more likely scenario, given everything is at such a grinding, boiling point. Volatility has been just like pushing through, and something is about to shake loose. And I'm looking for a move lower in here. I could be wrong, but this seems like a more likely scenario. And that brings me to dollar yen, which I really like the setup. We've unable to take out these highs last week. We're pretty much we were stationed there all week, which super boring. but we have two stops. We have either we do rally up higher, which would be like 113. If we break out of here, dollar breaks out. But if we get some weakness in the S&P and some serious follow through, yen is going to strengthen tremendously. Euro JPY. See, JPY pairs, yen kind of had already across the board, except versus the dollar, which I think is a good clue. I don't even want to look at the pounds just because of direct Brexit. Is a good clue about all these moves taking place before they actually happen, in my opinion. Here's Kiwi yen. So maybe we get a move higher on Monday with some of these risk on pairs, but I think then the bigger moves is going to be on turnaround Tuesday. We'll start to see some real action. We're nice and zoned off here, which is nice. Dollar yen, just to go back. So say we get a big time reversal, everybody gets long here on dollar Swiss, and then the market turns around. That's going to be a big move lower, and then also 5% on my iPad, so I'm pretty much done here. That's going to mean a lot lower on the dollar yen as well, which this would be the first target. 111. But we get it if we get that significant move in the S&P, which is coming, a retest of this lower trend line, I think seems a lot more likely. So even if we break out above here and retest this multi-year trend line, this is still a long-term downside target for UJ. So happy Easter, everybody. Hope you found that. Hope you found this video helpful. And if you liked it, if you like getting free content, click the like button, comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I love it when people comment on these videos. And subscribe to my channel so I know to keep on making them. So, all right, everybody. Hope you have an amazing week and hope you have an amazing trading week. And let's crush it. Everybody in my VIP group, I appreciate you. And if you're not yet in it, give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Just remember, at the end of the day, the response, it's you that's pressing that buy button or sell button, the buy or sell button in life. So take responsibility of what you do and your words and your actions, and it's all on you. And that's when you start to become a real creator in life rather than a reactor. You want to create the world around you. You can't control what happens, but you can control yourself by taking responsibility for your life. And that's the first step into moving in a positive direction. So at least that's my experience. And trust me, I'm right there with you every single day, just trying to do the next right thing. So, all right, everybody, have a great, great, great Sunday. Let's crush it. Game of Thrones tonight. I wonder when Arya is going to just start kicking some ass. That's who I'm rooting for. All right, everybody.